The Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 Marketplace just dropped a fantastic mix of brand new scenery. This week's update offers a massive contrast in flying styles, taking us from the ultimate airline mega hub in the United States all the way to a historic local grass strip across the Atlantic. We are looking at everything from the highly anticipated release of ORBX, Massive Atlanta International, to unique regional mainstays like Modeste and Manhattan Regional. Plus, we have Burning Blues designed charming Netherthorpe Airfield to dive into. Let's break these down to see which ones deserve a spot in your virtual flight logs. I've organized these 4 new arrivals into 2 logical categories: the major US commercial and regional gateways and the UK general aviation scene. Let's kick things off with the heavy airliner tarmac. Welcome to Atlanta International Airport, Kilo Alpha Tango Lima. This one has been developed by ORBX. It's a nice airport. I would say it's developed by Matteo Venezianis. I'm not sure if I pronounced the name correctly, but it's one of the busiest airports in the world. It's a demanding environment for both scenery design and simulator performance, and that's why they simply redesigned this airport, built entirely by a single developer. That's really impressive. Some important things to note out is that you need to ensure that the default airport is disabled because they will conflict. So what did they do? They recreated the airport. There's the accurate airport elevation, including Atlanta's distinctive stop runway layout, the detailed terminal interior buildings, animated the Atlanta SkyTrain and Atlanta Metro systems with detailed station areas. That's really nice. And the custom air lighting, including approach, taxiway, and ground lighting. Then of course we've got the VDGS, which is custom. We've got a detailed recreation of the Renaissance Concours, Atlanta Airport Hotel, as well as the Delta Flight Museum and Delta Airline headquarters. So let's scroll down and let's see how this looks like. As you can see, this looks really impressive. And this also clarifies why this airport is a little bit more expensive compared to other editions, because you can see that the level of detail and all the details which they added on the roofs, on the aprons, is really next level. Besides this, of course, there are the animated things, like they called out the train station, etc. Maybe they got a picture from it. Let's see. Let's go quickly to them. The hotel interior is there. Some other buildings are there. The museum is there. So super, super, super nice, I would say. Also look at this. During the night, it looks really impressive. And also they provided a lot of pictures. But here we are at the start again. So if you want to have a premium airport added to your hangar, then this is definitely one which you need to have a look at. Then we're moving to another airport. Manhattan Regional Airport, Kilo Mike Hotel Kilo by MSFS Scenery Builders. This airport is located, where is it located? Let me search in Riley County, Kansas. And here we can see the pictures, because there are unfortunately not a lot of descriptions in the release notes. For flightsim 2020 it was, by the way. But here you can see what they have added. They upgraded the terminal building, they added supporting buildings, they added some static scenery, and this is what it is. But still, it's an upgrade compared to the default scenery. And then we've got Modesto Airport, Kilo Mike Oscar Delta. But before looking at this airport, let's look at how it currently looks like in Flight Simulator 2024 using the default scenery. So welcome to Modesto Airport in Flight Simulator 2024. As you can see, the surrounding is, I would say, pretty nice, because the surrounding adds a lot of buildings already, as well as the airport itself. But if we look closer, we can see that the airport buildings are not super nice, right? They're missing some detail. There is some wear and tear, but if you look at the parkings here, it doesn't look really realistic. Over there is the traffic tower. The traffic tower is also, let's say, nice, but it doesn't include any interior. It's pretty basic. Let's say also all the cars are flat here. And then of course we will likely arrive at the terminal buildings over here. Also this, I'd say it looks pretty basic, but hey, that's kind of known for the default scenery in Flight Simulator 2024 for these buildings. A lot of context is missing, so I do think that will definitely, I'd say the package will add some more value compared to the default scenery. If we look at the runway, that one looks, I would say, pretty nice, detailed, but likely there are also some things missing. You can see that the lights are working nicely. And also on that part, let me say increase the speed a bit from the drone. we can see that these buildings, these hangar buildings, which you can potentially spawn from, but let's have a look at the real package right now. So we're back. This is Modesta City County Airport. It was the nation's first municipality-owned airport, opened in 1918. It was also used during World War II, if I'm correct. Yeah, here it is. It is used for scheduled passenger flights, and there are a lot of things being added. So let's have a look at it, because the surroundings from this airport are beautiful, but also with this update, although it might be, you think, okay, hey, it's not a really big update, it still is nice, because you can even spawn from the hangar buildings. That's already, I would say, a nice add-on. You can see emergency service right there, you can see other airport terminals there. This is the hangar which you can spawn from, so super cool. And then we're jumping to the second group already, the UK general aviation scene, and that's where we find Netherthorpe Airfield, Echo Golf, November Foxtrot. This is an airport which is located near Worshop in Nottinghamshire, close to the South Yorkshire border. It's one of the oldest airports which is continuously open in the northern part of the UK, England. It's mainly used for VFR flights, so if you love flying VFR, then this is something which you could add, and then you can fly to, for example, Sheffield, Doncaster, or the wider Midlands region. The airport has 2 grass run fields, 80 and 36. It has 100 custom 3D objects are being added, fully modeled high detail in restaurant interior, the modeled hangar interior, the working animated signal square, then some static things like the Piper PA-28 and the Cessna 151. And also some other stuff. So let's have a look at this. And this is it. So it looks like that you also can spawn from the hangar. Some, I'd say, nice things, including the interior of the restaurant, of course. The flying school is there. Also during the night, it looks pretty cool. And I would say this was it, because they didn't provide too much screenshots. Although I do think that we didn't see that yet. But this is it. But still pretty nice. So whether you're executing a complex multi-concourse arrival down into ORBX massive New Atlanta, or practicing tight low-altitude short-field grass landings over at Netherthorpe, this marketplace brings some excellent operational variety to your Flight Simulator 2024 installation. The level of detail landside modeling on display this week is exactly what you want to see from third-party developers, right? I want to hear from you. Are you loading up a heavy jetliner from mainline routes into Georgia, or are you pulling out a light aircraft to tackle the tight grass lines over in England? Let me know your top picks from this featured 4 in the comments down below. If this structured marketplace guide helped you to plan your next route into the sim, let me know and hit that like button. And of course, don't forget to hit subscribe to be informed about next week's video.